We're sitting in Seattle getting ready to go to Tokyo, and at that time there was a problem with anthrax and poisoning and stuff like this. It's 5 minutes to go, and all of a sudden the agent comes on and said, there's a trail of black or gray powder all the way down the aisle on the airplane from the jet bridge. What are we going to do? I said, okay, call catering, because first of all, we could clean it up, but if we don't know what it was and we show up in Japan and say we had black or gray powder on the airplane, they'll quarantine the whole thing at that point. So I said, okay, let's try and figure out what we're doing. So we stop the boarding, and they start tracking, and they're going down there, and they see where it stops, and then they start looking at the people there. It turns out it was a lady flying to Tokyo, going home, and she bought a bag of kitty litter. And the kitty litter had a hole in it. And she was taking it back because they didn't have a kitty litter in Japan, and she'd spilled it all the way down there.
On March 19, 2013, students explored their futures in the workforce with Akalani's annual Career Day. For the airline pilot presentation, students listened to the tips and stories of Tom Constable, an airline pilot with a major carrier. Like most presenters, he shared his own personal experience as a pilot and told students how they could get involved. Detailed job description aside, he caught students' attention with true stories from his life on the job, including one in which a baby elephant being flown from Dallas to Boston woke up and walked around the plane mid-flight.
I have to be frank with you. When I went in, it was about 5 years. The reason is they're going to spend $2 or $3 million training you, and they want to see you around. So in that particular case, that is one avenue, all right? There is another avenue via the military. We call it the National Guard.
So why did you personally decide to be a presenter for Career Day?
I was asked, there was a lady here named Pat Johnson, who used to be a counselor and is a friend of mine, and she said, would you like to come and speak here? And I thought it would be fun to come and talk to the Akalani student body about the potential, because I think it's a great job.
And is this your first time being a presenter?
This is my third time. Apparently the other two were successful, so I got invited back.
And what's your favorite thing about presenting at Career Day?
Enjoying the kids and their interest in the job and talking to them about it and showing something, a profession that I love.
Students certainly showed an interest in the job, many taking time after the presentation to introduce themselves or ask questions. In fact, several students at the presentation expressed an interest in becoming pilots themselves.
It was really interesting, a lot of awesome stories about live animals and planes, which is like my favorite thing, and learned a lot about flying.
Do you think you'll become a pilot now?
Most definitely.
Overall, students and presenters alike seem pleased with the outcome of Career Day 2013. At a time for students when the future is uncertain and often intimidating, Career Day reminds them of the endless possibilities within their reach.
At the gate when we get there, we're going to take him then in the wheelchair and go to the hospital, and she's crying because she's giving up her son. He's going to be